Kaya cha-cha. Kaya papa kuka chi-chi. Chi-chi poo-poo kaka. What's up, everybody? We're back. Salty Locks is back. Episode 25 in the new year. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2020 fun. What's happening, dude? I thought 2020 is over. Now we're going to start fresh. A little light at the end of the tunnel, man. This was a rough year. We're going to start off good and boom! All the Walmart employees decided to rush the Capitol, dude. Big shout out to all the 68-year-old dudes that took the weekend off from rubbing deer piss on their pant legs and hunting deer to storm our Capitol and try to fucking arrest Nancy Pelosi and attack Mike Pence for flip-flopping on Trump. He flip-flopped on Trump. We won this election. What the fuck are people doing, dude? Bro, you know how big of a crime that is to, like, storm a federal building? It's insane. They should have all been shot right there, dude. As soon as they breach the door, you jump the White House fence, you're getting smoked, dude, by a sniper on the roof. Ping! Ping! And you wouldn't even hear it, dude. All you hear, pew! Guys are just fucking, come on! Let us in! Ping! Let us in! Ping! Everybody's missing all sorts of teeth and shit. Inside their mouths look like a fucking garage sale. Some of these motherfuckers, dude. Let us in! We fucking won this election! Ping! They're stealing the votes. They're making up votes, man. Everybody that rushed the Capitol building was the same guy. A different version of the same dude was rushing the Capitol building, bro. Throw on your camo pants and just go, man. Timothy, we're going in. Where? The Capitol, brother. We've been dying to do this. You know we've been dying to do this. They're trying to kick out our boy Trump. I'm still flying my Trump 2020 flag. Every motherfucker that rushed the Capitol looked exactly the same, dude. And one black dude in a puff coat. Fuck are you doing, bro? You know that guy was just walking by going, what the fuck going on here? What they doing? They got PlayStations in motherfuckers or some shit? I mean, dude, what those people did, you got to be in jail for the rest of your life. You got to go to jail for the rest of your life. You're like turning on your country. I think that they should bring back tarring and feathering. You know that motherfucker that had the little horns on, that little hat? That guy should be tarred and feathered. And I don't think anyone should oppose that. I think we should tar and feather that dude. And the other guy that stole the fucking Nancy Pelosi's little podium. We should tar that dude too. Tar and feather him. Tar and feather him so he looks like a big old fucking chicken. He already looked like a moose. Why don't we tar and feather his ass and make him look like a chicken? I think it's only fair. You guys may noticing there's no laughter going on tonight. That's because JR got arrested storming the fucking Capitol, man. He twisted his ankle on the lawn trying to jump the fence or the wall. Twisted his ankle. He got up. I wouldn't suspect it either, man, but that's what he was doing. You guys miss him? Throw a little comment and give a shout out to JR. He'll be back, though, next week. Now they got all these videos of these fucking guys that stormed the Capitol getting busted. It's great, dude. Be like, okay, let me go. I'm not a terrorist. You're a fucking terrorist. You're a terrorist. You're an extremist. Get out of here. Go to jail. Jail for life. Jail for life for you. They're so funny. I saw one where it's like a bunch of these people that rush the Capitol that are yelling, you know, it's an American Airlines flight. Shame on you, American Airlines. If you see 2 or 3 people with a fucking camo hat, kick them off. Imagine if Samuel L. Jackson was on that plane. I'm sick of these motherfucking rednecks on this motherfucking plane. Because now the camouflage hat has become the turban. You feel me? The camouflage hat has become the modern day turban. You see a camouflage hat? Oh, you might get a little testy. This guy's going to take the plane down because he's unhappy with the election. If you see a camo hat, dude, I'm getting nervous. You're a tourist. Now you get to feel a little bit of our brown pain. And I took it with a grain of salt, dude. At first I was pissed, sure. Post 9/11. Started getting randomly selected. Now I'm going to start seeing Ned. Hey, Ned, I'll see you at random selection at the airport, dude. You just got to go with it, brother. Go with it, man. At first I got mad. I was like, what the fuck? I'd be traveling with my buddies. Right after 9/11, I'd travel with my friends. And I used to work real estate appraisals. And we had an office in San Leandro. That's up north. San Leandro office. So I'd fly up there all the time to do appraisals and work for like a couple weeks at this house. And I would fly there with the partner and we'd do a bunch of appraisals up there and then fly home. Stay for like a week, do a fucking, 100 appraisals and come home. And I fly with dudes like Ryan Elmore. White as it gets. Motherfucker looks albino. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Look like an albino Eminem. And me. TSA checkpoint. Excuse me, sir. Sure. Immediately when I'm in a TSA. Sir. Anytime you hear sir, it's for me. Okay? Amir on the thing. Bing, flag, dude. Randomly. Amir, you got to pull this guy. After 9/11, dude, my brother's name was Mohammed. Now he goes by Mark. Mark. I've talked about this before. Would I change my name? No. Because I'm proud of my heritage. And I'll rub that shit in your face, dude. I don't even care. Dude, I used to get mad when the TSA would pull me over. Now, I don't give a funch. Not one funch. I don't mind it, bro. You know why? And also, I don't even, because when you get randomly selected, now you got to go through that big ass x-ray thing, right? I got TSA PreCheck where I traveled too much when I had a job. I used to travel so much for stand-up, and you have to get TSA PreCheck. And if you don't know what TSA PreCheck is, it's like you skip the TSA line. It's like a pre-screening thing that they do. It makes it a lot easier to get through airport security. But even with PreCheck, every now and then, because it's been a while since 9/11, right? It's been almost 20 years. It has been 20 years, actually. This year will be 20 years. The things have gotten a little more lax. Like right after 9/11, I would get pulled out every time to where I knew I'd fly out of Long Beach when I was telling you with my buddy Ryan Elmore or some of my other white colleagues. And I would every single time get pulled over to the point where I knew the security. Like I knew, hey, what's up, Chris? I knew the guys were, hey, Amir. And they were just like, it became easy because they knew me. But my shit always went off. I think it was just pre-programmed in the system based off of names. Probably, but they never admitted it. They would never admit it because why would they? Then it sounds Russells. Right? So I started not to care, man. And now I don't care, dude. I just let it happen. If it does happen. It happens a lot less now that I have the TSA PreCheck, like I was saying. But if it does happen, I don't mind it, dog. Because now when you have TSA PreCheck, you don't have to go through that big x-ray machine. You don't have to go through that one. If you don't have TSA PreCheck, I think you do have to do that. Unless you opt out. And now I always opt out. I didn't used to before. But then I heard Bill Burr talk about this, about like how we don't know the long-term effects. And Bill Burr, if you don't know him, is another very, very funny comedian. Oddly, I was listening to him one night and he was talking about how he doesn't do that big x-ray machine because you don't know the long-term effects of it. And I agree with him. We don't know what the fuck that big microwave thing is that we just go into and they go zzz, and they scan your shit with some radiation. I don't know how, it flies so much. I don't want to be walking through that thing. I'll be fucking toast. My metal fillings will fall out eventually, I think, because of the radiation. When they put that big ass bomber jacket on you when you go to the dentist, something's going on, right? That's why they got to cover your junk and all that with that big ass heavy metal sheet they put on, right? So there's something weird happening with x-rays. And too much radiation, I know, is a bad thing. Watch Chernobyl. Now listen to me here and listen to me good. I always opt out. You can do this. And you should do it too, I think, if you don't want to go through that big x-ray thing. Opt out. And when you opt out, since you're being inconvenienced, TSA is getting inconvenienced. And I don't mind it, dude. I'll fucking do it every time. I opt out and they go, we need a mail check. They do that. We need a mail check, because they got to get a male. If you're a male, they get a female. If you're a female, because they're going to rub you down. And the TSA guy's going to give you an impromptu crotch and leg massage right before you board your flight. It's like one of those little massages at the mall, you know what I'm talking about? Except they don't have a chair. And I don't mind. It takes about another 5 minutes. I'm easy, bro. Let them do the check. They swab your hands for some gunpowder residue. To this day, I haven't had an ounce of gunpowder residue. I've been playing with the flint of a lighter sometimes and think, oh my God, that joint I smoked may set this machine off. Sure. Has it gone off? No. So always opt out. Always opt out. Yeah, when I heard Bill talk about that shit, I was like, you know what? I think he's right. We don't know the long-term effects. Why would I expose myself to extra radiation I don't need? Why do it? Limit your exposure. Okay? Limit your exposure. That's what I say. So opt out when you can, guys. And then get TSA Pre. I encourage you to get TSA PreCheck. It's so simple. If you travel a lot, I mean, no one's traveling now, so this is probably ill-timed. So if you plan on traveling, they'll probably still do it after this whole thing. Go get TSA PreCheck and global entry. Travel internationally. Makes it way easier. Saves you, I don't know how much time I've saved at airports just going right through the TSA PreCheck line. You'll see. You'll see the bunch of fucking sheep, cattle coming through the regular line, and then you see TSA PreCheck. It's a businessman with a fancy luggage going through quickly and some other motherfuckers that look like they're in a band. That's because they travel a lot. So they got the TSA PreCheck. Get it. I hope you guys had a good holiday, whether you spent it with your family or chose not to. I had a little coronavirus scare over the holiday. So I haven't seen you guys for a while. I haven't been doing the podcast for a minute. Took a little bit of a break. I just wanted to reset, enjoy the holidays and kind of live my life for a second. I had a little scare. I had a little COVID scare. On my phone, I have this thing turned on. I didn't even know I had it turned on, but it's an exposure notification. So everybody go do that. If you're listening to this, turn on your exposure notification because it will tell you. It's some sort of Bluetooth thing that, hooks up with other Bluetooth devices, phones or whatever it is, smartphones, and it will record if someone has a positive COVID test, and then if you spend any amount of time around this person, it will give you an alert on your phone saying, hey, just a heads up. It's anonymous, so you don't know who it is, but it does give you a heads up like, hey, this person tested positive for COVID, and your phone was around them, meaning you were probably around them. And I got that alert just before Christmas. It was just before Christmas, and my girlfriend and I were planning to go see my brother and my sister-in-law and their baby, so I wanted to get tested. So anyways, I get this alert on my phone, right? And I'm like, holy shit, what? And it says that I had over 8 minutes or 10 minutes or something around a person that got tested positive. And I'm thinking to myself, where the hell? I haven't gone anywhere. The only place I go is a grocery store, right? And then maybe my brother and sister-in-law's house. And, we kind of have our little bubble and no symptoms, no nothing. And it said December 13th or something like that. And now this is just before Christmas. And I'm like, what the shit? So I'm like, damn, I got to get a test now. And so previously I've gotten, I don't know how many tests. I've maybe 15 tests or something. And it's easy. You go to Curative. If you live in LA, I'll put the link. I don't know if it works for LA or all over the place, but it's this thing called Curative, and it shows all the places in your area that do free COVID testing. So I'll put the link in the description of this video. Just click on that. And then if you live in LA, you go to any neighborhood you're in and you can find the place that does free COVID testing. So I encourage you guys to do that. Really easy. And they give you the test usually within 24 to 48 hours. Now, I'm like, shit, I got to go get a test now because I got this notification because I got the alert. So now I'm going to get, trying to find a test. Now it's December 22nd or 23rd or something like that. So everybody has booked all the appointments because they have a certain allotted amount, 2,000 a day or something, right? I don't know what it is exactly. But anyway, I'm looking on this Curative site, which I've used before, and it's super easy normally to get a test, and there's none available. I'm talking 50-mile radius, there's nothing available. I'm like, shit, except for one place, and it's the Mexican Consulate in downtown Los Angeles. I'm like, dude, that's perfect. The Mexican Consulate it is. Okay, that's the only place that's available and open, so I'm like, you know what? We're doing it, dude. So we just made the plan. My girl and I were waking up super early tomorrow, which was the 23rd or 24th. No, it wasn't. it was probably the 23rd. And we're like, cool, we'll get the test. And they usually give it to you in 48 hours. So we'll have it before Christmas. And then that point, if we want to go visit my brother and my sister-in-law and my nephew, we can. Because we still hadn't made up our plans for what to do for Christmas. So wake up early. And sure, you're probably wondering, oh, why don't you guys go get the rapid test? Because the rapid test costs some money. Right. And right now I was like, dude, if I could save $1, I'm going to save $1, man. I haven't worked in 8 months. And if we can save $300, why not do it? I'll wake up a couple extra hours early. I have nothing to do. I'm literally made of time. So we get up there and it's a shit show, dude. The Mexican consulate, there's 4 lines. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. There's one over here. There's one over there with guys, and not a lot of people speak English, so everyone's like kind of broken talking. And the place, I don't even know if it's open yet. It opens at like 6, so we're there at like fucking 5. Wait an hour, I'm just glad I had my girl with me, so we're having a good time just fucking around. And I had the worst gas I've ever had in my life. I don't know what we ate. Some barbecue or something the night before, and my stomach, when I tell you guys, it was the worst gas I have ever had in my whole life. I'm not lying to you. Okay, it was just like nonstop, dude. I mean, I was in the line, right? Just crop dusting the whole line. And basically rapid testing everyone, to be honest with you. I was rapid test because you lose your sense of smell and taste, they say, if you have COVID, right? So I'm just ripping them. And I'm looking at people. And if I see anyone go like that, I go home. Go, you're negative. I just rapid tested you. Go home. And that's what I was just ripping it, dude, and just crop dusting the line. And then everyone was like, what the fuck? And I was like, okay. And I was looking around. I don't know, man. And it was so disorganized. And some lady would come out and go over there. And now go over there. And we just didn't know what the fuck to do. We were just so confused. And this guy, there was one guy, he was dope. He was like this like Mexican dude. And he goes, what about the numbers? We have numbers. This guy got so fucking pissed, man. He was sitting there because, all right, now check this out. So we're all in these disorganized lines, right? And there's like one line supposedly for appointments. So we're like, okay, we're not that line. Let's go. We'll line up this way. This is for walk-ups, right? And we're very close to the front of the walk-up line. We're number, to be exact, 7 and 8 of the walk-up line. So there's the appointment line, and we're in the walk-up line. We're number 7 and 8. And I know we're number 7 and 8 because the security dude walks up, and he's like, cruising up, and he's like, got his sticky notes, and he goes, boom, and he's giving us numbers. He goes, psh, psh. He's giving everyone in that line numbers, and he gives me 7, my girl 8, and that's the order supposedly, right? And this is at about 5:30. Place opens at 6, so we're like, perfect. We're set in line. We're gonna be 7 and 8. We're gonna get in. We're gonna get out. Then like 30 minutes passes, dude. Some fucking lady comes out and goes, give me those numbers back. James, you fucked it up. You fucked up. And she's yelling at the security dude. This guy's like, and this dude wasn't having it. He's like, man, you told me to get the fucking numbers out. And they're arguing in front of everybody, dude. And he's going, you told me to give it a motherfucking number. I'll take my ass home. He doesn't want to be there, dude. He goes, I'll take my ass home. And then he comes over and I'm like, and we were watching it too. And I was like, fuck, dude, this guy's pissed. And he comes over because he sees me kind of looking. He's like, man, this fucking bitch, she told me to get a number. You saw her tell me to get a fucking numbers out. And she didn't say which line to go, man. I could have gone to this line. I could have gone to that line. I'll take my ass. Man, you don't talk to my ass like that. I don't even need to be working this bitch-ass job, motherfucking bitch. He was fucking pissed. Because apparently she told him to give the numbers out to a different line, and he came to our line and gave the numbers out. So this fucking hysterical lady comes out, grabs our numbers out of our hands, and there's like now, in that walk-up line, there's probably 50, 60 people in that line now, dude. And there's people back there with numbers. And there's more people coming, and they're going to different lines, dude. Now, that lady takes our numbers, all of a sudden, chaos ensues. Because nobody knows where to go. And she goes, go over there. Go over there. Now everyone we were in an order. And now she's taking our numbers away. So people are pissed. It was early. Normally you're chivalry. You have chivalry. You go, oh, yeah, go. People were fucking pushing children out of the way, old women out of the way to get their little place in line. You got to see these people. You see the dredges up the side, Everybody was fucking cutthroat, dude. And my girl and I were just sitting there going, we should have paid for that fucking rapid test. Right? We're sitting there going, this is about the experience we were expecting to be here. Downtown Los Angeles. Crazy people walking by. At some point, we were on the sidewalk. There was a dude with a power washer. Like, not only are you freezing fucking clothes, and this particular morning it was pretty cold, then a fucking power washer guy. You know, the guy that goes with the fucking pressure hose that sprays like the little gum and shit off the concrete. But you know, when he sprays the gum and the debris off the concrete, guess what comes off with it? A little bit of mist. And you know what happens when it's cold and you get misty face? It's like icicles hitting your face. That motherfucker's about 3 feet away from us going, and we're not moving anywhere because we're in the walk-up line. I don't want to lose my place in the walk-up line. I can't lose my place in the walk-up line. It was so stupid, dude. So we're standing there, and all of a sudden, the dude comes back and goes, all right, now everybody go over there. And so everybody goes over there. Now you see who's shifty and who's shady, dude. Everybody starts going on in hordes. Now there's like 50 or 60 people in our line now, you know, that had numbers and they got taken away. But people started to lose their cool, bro. Old ladies were going, give me the fucking thing. No, I was fair. People pushing and shoving. Little parents with their kids. It was like, we were trying to stay away from everybody, you know, but then everyone's coming together. Money fucking caught COVID in that line. Boom, I get hit with another alert. Motherfucker 3 feet behind you's got COVID. I'm playing. That didn't happen. But the line did get restless, right? So they go over there, and we're all trying to be spaced out. I'm still crop dusting everybody, dude. So now we get moved over to another line, which is on the other side of the building. All right, but now the line's order has shifted because everyone's trying to stay apart. But some people have shifted to the front, and for a second, you didn't know which was the front of the line or the back of the line, so people were deciding. They go, this is the front. And one guy goes, this is the front. And so we go, all right, and then we just posted up after him. But the guy that said, this is the front, he wasn't in the front of the line when we were in the walk-up line. This guy just made himself the front. And everyone just went, all right. And now we're just behind this fucking, this is the front, that guy. And then there was a guy in the back who thought he had created the front. He thought, but he just didn't voice it. And he was kind of a bigger buff guy. And he goes, what about the numbers? What about the numbers? And he was like pissed because I think he was early in the game when the numbers had come out. But now, this is the front. That guy, different than what about the numbers guy? The numbers guy had the shake in his voice. He was ready to fight. So it was a fucking crazy scene, dude. And we're like, now we're probably 9 and 10 because a couple sneakies went ahead of us. Right? So we're chilling there, dude. And that guy at the end, what about the numbers? He's growing more and more agitated. And he was a family man. I saw him. He had a son with him. And in the beginning, he was playing with that son. Very nice. They were having little pushing matches, you know. He was giving him little noogies. I could see him off in the distance. But then, dude, when that lady would come out and go, all right, everybody from this line go in. And he just realized he was at the very, very end of the line. He was like, what about the numbers? They gave us numbers. I felt bad for him. Finally, we get in, okay? And it's like, it's a shit show because it's like so spaced out. Everybody's so spaced out, so you don't know what's going on ahead of you. And then when you get in there, it's like, 4 people testing. Now, this fucking lady that was coming out and yelling at everybody, she's one of the ladies testing. So they were understaffed, so I get it. Because everyone wanted to test before the holidays. And they're like, while we're getting the test, the guy's like, oh, yeah, we've been so behind. Normally, it takes 24 to 48 hours. They're like, oh, yeah, we'd probably get this in 3 to 4 days. I'm like, why the fuck are we here? Christmas is in 2 days. If we wanted to go anywhere, we'd be fucked. I don't have symptoms, but I'm not going to risk it. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll go to get the rapid test. I got the alert, so let me go check this shit out. So a day comes by, we don't get the results. So I'm like, all right, if I don't get them tomorrow, which was Christmas Eve, I'm going to get the test. So I go to get the rapid test. It's $125. I'm like, whatever. Cost of doing business. Let's do a fucking $125 test, right? Would I have spent that shit on other things? Sure. When I know that COVID testing is done free, did it chap my hide? Yeah. Did I get a little salty about it? Yeah, I did. So I go get the rapid test, okay? It was pretty easy. I go in there, give my credit card, pay for the thing. 15 minutes later, the lady comes out, gives me the test. She goes, you can leave and I'll call you. So I'm leaving. As I get home, she calls me with the results. Negative. As I hang up, I get an email. It's the fucking other one. Negative. Could I have waited a little bit? Sure. Does it still bother me to this day? Yeah. I got the test results from both same time. Cost me $125. Could have waited. I'm a frugal guy. All right? Frugal. Will I spend a bunch of money on stupid shit? Yeah. But it's a deal. I am a deal guy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I don't know if it's the Persian in me. It is the fucking Persian in me. What am I saying? It's the Persian in me that makes me a sucker for it. You better not drop me off at a fucking swap meet where the prices are not set. Okay, you want to see me like a fucking belle at a ball? Put me at one of those things where I can just make deals willy-nilly. I'm a master. Let me tell you something. Okay, my girlfriend, her lease was up on her car. She had a Chevy Equinox. Not driving much, right? But the lease was up. So we're like, you got to get a new car. But she doesn't want to lease a car. It's going to be expensive. I'm like, let me go on Craigslist. I'll find you a car. We'll just spend a few $1,000. We'll get a car. I found her a car for $1,000. Perfectly running car, Volkswagen Passat, $1,000. I'm going to put a picture right here. $1,000. $1,000, drives like a dream. No problems. No check engine lights. No brake problems. No hose is broken. Nothing wrong with this car. Look at it. Beautiful. It's beautiful. If you're watching this, I hope you're watching this. Look at this car for $1,000. Now, am I proud that I got this deal for $1,000? I am. This is another one of those things that within 2 seconds of talking to anyone on the phone, we'll find a way to mention it. Hey, what's up? You good? Yeah, cool. I got a car for $1,000. Could you believe that? $1,000? Send you a picture before they can hang up. They look at their text. This picture's there. Oh, I can't wait to tell somebody I got the car for $1,000. Like if I see somebody like in the street or something, like my neighbor. Hey, what's up, man? Just got this for $1,000. That's what I said as soon as I saw him. Hey, just got it for $1,000. $1,000. That's how proud of the shit I was. I mean, I'm still jamming up my girlfriend with it every time we get in the car. Can you believe $1,000? It's even got like the AC works. It's ice cold. I mean, the oil level was perfect. That's what I'm doing. Every time I get in the car, I have to tell her exactly what is good with the car. Dude, the body is perfect. It hasn't been in one accident. I pride myself in knowing this shit. You know, you go around the car, do the thing. I'm that guy. I don't know if you've ever seen a guy. If you've ever been to a mechanic shop or a body shop and you go to the fucking guy and he starts rubbing the things. He goes, ooh. And he goes, oh, yeah. The body work here. That's me. I could do that. I could go to the car and be like, there's been paint right there. You see that? That's Bondo. It's Bondo. You feel it. I could do that. I used to buy and sell cars all the time. It was a fun little thing I used to do. We'd go to the auction, buy like a dope car, and then sell it and make a few $1,000. And you could drive the car. You drive like a Porsche or a Jaguar or a freaking dope Mercedes for like a few months, and you sell it and make a couple grand. I always get good deals on cars, man. I've mastered that. And I'll do long cons. Man, I've done long cons, bro. One time this was when I was starting comedy and I didn't have any money, dude. I had no money. My car had just been in a wreck. I needed to get some transportation. So I was looking on Craigslist. And let me tell you guys, Craigslist is the way to go. And you got to look every day. You got to be diligent and you got to not be in a hurry, okay? Because you can make stupid decisions when you're in a hurry and buy something that's maybe not in the greatest shape, right? So if I give you a little advice, make sure you have a little bit of time on your hands. That way you can get a good deal and you can look, daily. I would look on Craigslist every day because you always got to look for that person that has a good car. Like in this case, the guy sold that for $1,000. It was like a rich guy in the hills. Just wanted to get the car off his driveway. So I'm like, dude, came up. And there's those deals all the time on Craigslist. You know, you'll find something where like it's some old lady or some shit that can't drive anymore, and she has a perfect car that's been garaged with like 50,000 miles, and she'll be like, I don't know, 4,000, 2,000. They don't know. Come up on a deal. Done it multiple times. The shadiest one, the one that I'm not very proud of, but I did do it, and I do want to tell you guys about it. One time, I was starting comedy, and I didn't have much money, and at that time, I would do some stupid things, man. Like, you know, this is so fucked up. I would go to, I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before, but I would go to the Gelson's, right? And this was the time where I had fucking no money. I'm talking nothing. And I'd go to Gelson's, and there was this little trick that I would do. And I would go get a sandwich in the back of Gelson's. They have like a little sandwich place where you can get a sandwich made there. And you could also pay back there, right? Or you can pay in the front. So there's two options, pay in the back or pay in the front. So I'd go get the sandwich, and then I'd grab like a soda or something, you know, like, or water. So I'd get the sandwich made, and then I'd go to the front with the water, and I'd just pay for the water, not the sandwich. And then if they said anything, I'd hold the sandwich kind of here. And then if they said anything, I'd be like, oh no, I paid for it back there. I already paid for it back there. With those little beady eyes and shit, you know? And 99% of the time, they'd be like, oh, cool. Why would you lie about that? And I look like a normal person, you know? Why the fuck would I lie about that, right? They'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And that's it. And I'd be on my way. And one time, this is how shitty I am. I'd done that so many times, you know? And on one particular time, I go through the line, and I'm doing the trick, you know? I have my sandwich. And I'm paying for my drink. The drink in the front, and the guy goes, "You got a free sandwich?" And I go, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I paid. I told you I paid for it over there." And he goes, "No, you got a free sandwich." I go, "No, I didn't." And he goes, "Yeah, dude, you got a free sandwich." I go, "No," and he goes, "You want a free sandwich?" And it was a receipt, like on my receipt when he did the transaction, it showed that I won a free sandwich. Oh, thanks. I've got to use that sometime. I've been paying for my sandwiches back there the whole time. Felt so stupid, dude. But that's your guilty conscience. Whatever I did, my facial expressions, my voice, guilty. Every bit of it. And I'm sure he knew. Maybe he did know. Who knows? Maybe the guy was a struggling actor himself and was like, let this fucking guy slide. Sometimes I wonder, I go, dude, do these people know? Because I've known. I've been in a place where I go, oh, dude, you know what? I'll let it slide. I didn't see nothing. I saw a guy one time when I was a kid. He was like this older kid in our neighborhood. I forget his fucking name, but he was really good at sports and shit. And sometimes after school, my mom would take us to this little Korean donut shop, and we'd get like a chocolate milk and a donut. We're sitting there one time, and this kid comes in. It was like a fucking scene in Goodfellas. This kid comes in, the kid from our neighborhood, the kid that I was just talking about. So we're sitting there, and we're having our little chocolate milk and a little donut. And I look over, and the guy from our neighborhood came in, and he kind of looked a little disheveled and shit. I'm like, all right. And I just kind of gave him a head nod, and he looked at me and kind of gave me a head nod. And then he goes, yeah, let me get a dozen donuts to the Korean lady. She's like, okay. She starts getting the donuts, and she, you know, he's ordering the donuts. And then he goes, hey, let me get those cigarettes right up there, those Marlboro Reds. Would you grab those for me, please? And then she grabs them and puts them on the counter. And he's, oh, no, not these ones. The Marlboro lights right there, or whatever he did. He did some trick where he had her put the Marlboro Reds on the counter, and then she turned around and grabbed the other cigarettes. And when she turned around, he fucking grabs the donuts and the cigarettes and just bolts out of the door, dude. Just books it. And I was like, oh, shit. I just witnessed a crime. Am I going to snitch? Am I going to fucking keep my lips chapped? And I decided to keep my motherfucking lips chapped because nobody likes a rat, Tony. Nobody likes a rat. So I didn't say nothing. That was one of those situations where I go, fuck, let the guy live, man. What did he needed? Cigarettes and some donuts. Bad. And I never said nothing, you know? And I knew the kid. And I knew the little lady. And I'm like, fuck. And I just didn't say anything. And we just kind of like went outside and he just booked. He was fast too. I told you, motherfucker was an athlete. Smoked Marlboro Reds, but he could still run. See, that was one of those situations where I was like, you know what? I'm going to let this dude slide, dude. I ain't going to say shit because that fool needed it. Apparently, he needed it. Dude, if you steal cigarettes and donuts, you're not in a good place in your life. If you steal sandwiches from a Gelson's and buy a water, you ain't doing too well. So let it slide. That's the pay it forward mentality. That was my mentality. That was it. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this podcast so far because I'm enjoying doing it. I know JR's not here, so it's a little bit different dynamic. And I've been kind of telling a little bit longer-winded stories at times. But that's what I love when people go, but I always go, ch. But ch. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Because if I can do it, you can do it. And if you can do it, I can do it. And this making no sense, baby. If you want to be a podcaster, if you want to be the best in the world, then you got to put in a podcast together. If I was a Spanish influencer, that's what I talk like. You got to make the podcast that you want to make, that you want to listen to. If you don't want to listen to the podcast, then don't do it. If you want to listen to it, do it. That's how I would do it if I was a Latin influencer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ricardo, the Latin influencer. You know, sometimes I like to use the iPhone. It's a beautiful iPhone. And another thing, I'll tell you, I've always wanted to do that. And another thing. If you ever get kicked out of somewhere, and you don't turn around and go, and another thing, you didn't get kicked out right. You're talking to a guy that's been kicked out of a lot of places. I always have to have the last word. Always. One time I got fired from a job at the Olive Garden, and I told my boss, I go, just let me do this for me. And he goes, what? And I go, just let me walk out of here and say, you can't fire me. I quit. And he goes, what? And he let me do it. So I walked out of his office. And I fucking go, you can't fire me. I quit. And the Arturo that was cooking, he goes, shut up, bitch. To me. No one even cared. That make any sense? No one gave a shit. And one thing I've learned in life is, you think people care? Nobody gives a shit. Sometimes I take so long figuring out the wording of some joke I'm going to write or like a clip I want to cut up and edit and put out. It takes so much time on it when no one gives a fuck if it was a little bit framed a little bit to the right or to the left. But my brain is just so jammed up with the perfection of every little detail that it fucks me up in life sometimes. Are you like that? If you're like that, comment here. And you know what I've been enjoying, guys, is when you guys comment on something that we're talking about on the podcast. It makes my day. I was telling you guys before about the stolen sandwich, and I don't think I ever got to the car thing. So I forget what year it was, maybe 2009, 2010, something like that. Right when I was starting comedy. I went to get this fucking car and I found this. I was looking for a Mazda 6. It was like a few cars that I had in mind that I was like, oh, okay, this was a ballpark. If I find a good one of these, I'll buy it. And I see this Mazda 6, dude. And I'm like, that's it. It's fucking perfect. Guy has it listed out of my price range. Like out of my price range. But I'm ballsy, dude. I'll look at cars with fucking, if I'm looking for a car for $5,000, I'll start looking at cars for $12,000 just to see what's out there. And I'm the guy that'll call me like, yeah, dude, I'll give you fucking $4,000 just to see. It's a phone call. I don't know the guy. He doesn't know me. Just to see where he's at. Most of the time they tell you to go to hell. But you have to feel him out a little bit, right? So anyways, I see the car, the Mazda 6 I want. It's the Mazda 6 I want. I go, that's perfect. Guy has it listed for $7,000. It's out of my price range. $7,000. It's out of my price range. I was realistically looking at like $3,000-$4,000 for a car at the time. So I call the guy. I'm like,
hey, man, car still available?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And I hang up. And I go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking call. And I'm going to make Craigslist a fucking loony bin. And so I start calling him from different phone numbers in different characters and accents.
Hey, man, how much your car for, man? $7,000. Motherfucker, I'll give you $5 now.
So I start calling. I came up with a plan to make Craigslist hell for this guy to sell his car on, right? So that when I come to buy the car, I'll look like an angel. That was my plan, right? So I call this dude with all these different characters. This is the shitty part I feel bad about, dude. I called him. I was like,
you have the car for sale? The car, do you have it?
and he goes, yeah. I go,
okay, I give you $2,000.
and the guy goes, what the fuck? No, man. No, thank you. And he hangs up. I call back.
Hey, I was calling about your car. You accept cash? All right. I'll give you $1,200.
Guy, what? Fuck? No, man. All right. No, thank you. Hangs up. Call back.
Okay, I give you 3,400.
Hangs up. I call back. These are all different numbers I'm calling from, obviously. Can't have the same. Everyone's got caller ID. You can't call from the same number. I'm using my friend's phones. Then he's got an email on the Craigslist. So I put up another fucking lowball ass email from one of my friend's emails. Lowball email. Lowball offer. Car's listed for $7,000. All the calls I'm making, I'm acting like the people are on Craigslist are calling him and saying the car's not worth it. I even argued with him in a car.
Man, that shit ain't worth nothing, motherfucker. That car ain't worth the goddamn fabric inside that motherfucker.
You go, what?
That car ain't worth the fabric inside that motherfucker. You heard what I said.
Excuse me?
Man, you selling that car for way too high. I ain't even going to put an offer in. I just want to call and tell your ass you selling that car for too much. Go on with your bullshit ass. It's a Mazda 6, motherfucker, acting like it's a Ferrari. Bitch ass motherfucker.
Click. This was the type of shit I was doing. Making it seem like all these fucking crazy characters are calling him and they're nuts. So, man, maybe it was a bad idea to put my car on Craigslist. Fuck. But how am I going to sell this motherfucker? Then I had another friend just call, make an appointment to see the car. Again, these ones I feel bad about because he'd make an appointment to see the car and he wouldn't show up. And he called us 2 or 3 other characters too. This is my homie does characters. I only hang out with people that do characters. I'm kidding, but this dude that I know is very good at doing different characters too. So on the phone, he's crushing it as different people. And he made a couple appointments to see the car and didn't show up. So even worse, like he didn't even give him a quote. He's just like, man, yeah, I'll come check it out. Okay, I'll come check out your car. All right, let me check out the car. And he wouldn't show up. And all this was to make my offer seem like it came from the angels. So by the time I get there, right? So finally I call the guy up. And I make an appointment to see the car. And this guy must think like, holy shit, dude, this car, it's getting a lot of action, but negative action. What's happening? Craigslist is a shit show. So I call him and I go, hey, man, I'd like to come see the car. All right, man, are you sure you're coming? I go, what do you mean? Well, are you sure you're going to come? Like, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I come? Well, man, a couple of people called and they weren't showing up. I just have some things to do. So make sure if you're going to come, let me know. Yeah, man, I'm going to come. Why wouldn't I? I'm a good person. All right, man. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, dude. I show up. Buddy, I am fucking dressed like I go to church 3 times a week. Oh, looks, I think I even have my shirt tucked in. Go in there, I changed my tone. Oh, hi, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Okay, good to see you. Oh, great. That's how fucking proper I came at this dude. And whenever I'm buying something, I never act excited, even if it's the fucking perfect thing, which his car was the perfect car. I never act excited. I'm just, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a car. It is a car. Let's check it out. But I'm being a good boy. I'm being a good boy, man. I'm going, yeah, that's great. How are you, sir? Good. Okay, man. Yeah, let's take it for a test drive. Well, yeah, I wasn't looking for a stick shift, but this car's a stick shift, that. And I was looking for a stick shift, but I couldn't tell him that because now his car is more desirable in my eye. Am I sick or am I sick that's my mentality? Because I bet some people are listening going, God damn, this guy's a fucking animal. Dude, I was raised in the streets with no parental guidance, man. And another thing, my dad's been listening to this podcast. All right? He just recently told me that he's listening to the podcast and he's pissed. I think he's pissed. And I have nothing but love for my dad. I love the guy. I love all my family. Do we have complicated relationships? Absolutely. Just like any other fucking family. Everyone's fucked up, dude. Everyone's fucked. Even if they look like a goddamn Norman Rockwell painting, okay? Like, look at this shit. They're fucked up. The dad's fucking a secretary and the mom's banging the milkman. How happy she is because she's got him and a guy on the side. And the dude's banging the secretary, dude. This time, Norman Rockwell days? Come on, baby. That was the fucking Mad Men time. Slapping secretaries on the ass, calling them sugar tits. Hey, toots. That shit right there. That family's fucked up is my point. I don't know how I derailed and all the misogyny that happened in the 40s and 50s. And my point is, if you look at a family like a Norman Rockwell painting, it looks like the perfect family, perfect Americana. Everyone is fucked up, dude. There's always little things. So my family has the same shit, man. My parents weren't around when I was a kid. I was an immigrant. I kind of fucking figured shit out for myself. All right? That was the fucking way it was. Was it good? Yeah, there's a lot of good in it. Was it bad? Yeah. I wish I had certain things. One of them, learning a moral compass somehow. We came from a different culture, a different place. I wasn't taught the rules. I was kind of learning as I went. So my dad is pissed because I tell it like it is with our family. And he's like, you're fucking telling the whole thing. And I just try and tell him, I go, dude, I got love for you. It's like, I do this thing because it's fun to talk. And, I don't do the therapy thing. This is kind of the therapy thing. I know it sounds cheesy, but dude, that's therapy, is talking, for in my case, to fucking couple cameras and then getting your reactions. Hopefully it's relatable. Hopefully it resonates with some of you guys. And some of the stuff I've talked about, people have responded positively and been like, dude, my family's like that too. Dude, that's fucked up. My dad does the same shit, or my mom does the same shit. So everybody's the same, man. I just like talking about it because it's my way of doing a therapy and also maybe coming up with new shit to talk about on stage. I think the most unique thing a comic could do is talk about their experiences. Because then that's your shit. No one else can talk about it. So that's why I talk about my family and I tell it as close to the truth as possible without getting anyone arrested. So that's why I do it, Dad. If you're listening, I love you, man. But we had some fucked up shit go on when we were kids. I didn't just choose this job as a clown, seek the validation of strangers because everything was good when we were kids. That's all. And I know you tried to show me love and you tried to do all the things that you thought were right. And I appreciate you for those. And I understand that you didn't have the love from, your mom and dad that normal people maybe had around you. And I feel sorry for that. And that just meant you didn't know how to show love or maybe treat me. So that's why I have completely forgiven you for that part. And I know we get in fights sometimes. But the reason for that is, and I only say the reason for that is because I got that from you. You always say, the reason for that is. So just know I'm your son. And I love you and I see myself in you. And, you know, as much as shit I say, I always love you. And I love mom. And even though my relationship with her is very fucked up, and I feel like I could be harsh sometimes with her. I don't know why I'm talking to you about her, but I just wanted to be on record saying it. I love you both. And you too, Mark, if you're listening, and Rebecca, and Milo, my nephew. I don't think I ever finished the car story. So I get the car from the guy, test drive it, right? We're back in the car, okay? And I'm checking everything out. It's the perfect car, exactly the car I wanted. The car was a stick shift. I knew it was a stick shift, right? But when I get there, I got to act like I didn't know it was a stick shift. This is all tactics for the sale. Guys, again, this is deep, long con shit here. So I go, oh, fuck. I thought it was automatic. I misread the thing. It's a stick. Shit. I wanted a stick. But I'm playing. I'm an actor. Oh, it's a stick shift. God damn. What am I supposed to do with a stick? I got to remember how to drive a stick. Good thing I had a car that was stick. I'm doing this all, doing a fucking play for the guy. He's like, yeah, it's a stick. Sorry, it's a stick shift. Yep. All right. I'm already working the deal down. That's already me grinding the gears, dude. Like, fuck. So in his head, hey, this guy didn't even want this car. $7,000 just probably came down to $6,000, right? I'm not going to offer him over 6,000. I didn't want to fucking stick shift. And we're going around the car, finding anything I can find that's fucking wrong. Oh, is that a scratch there? That's a big scratch there. Oh, that's a rattle. It's rattling kind of. Does it always do that? Just want to check. Yeah, if I bought it, I don't want there to be other problems. I'm doing all this production for him. It's a play, and he's the only audience member. That's what I'm telling you. And he's like, no, man. Yeah, that's sorry. There's scratches. And he said sorry a few times now. Sorry, another little. They don't realize it. It's another little thing, man, that chips away the price. The 6,000 is going to 5,000 quick. He said sorry 3 times. Oh yeah, sorry, man. Just how it goes. Already whittling it down, and keep in mind, in his head, he's going, "Fuck, dude! If this guy doesn't buy the car, then I got to deal with all these other animals on Craigslist."
You got the car for sale?
I already know the car drives like butter, bro. It's perfect. I'm like, I want to buy this fucking car. So now it's time to make my offer, dude. The test drive is over. Okay, I'm sitting there. It's time to make an offer. I look at the guy. I go, man, you seem like a really nice guy. I know. I asked him, like, why are you getting rid of the car? He's like, it's a little bit. It's kind of more sports car-y. I got a family wagon now. I got to get rid of this. I already know. I just got to get rid of it. I go, yeah. I'd love to take it off your hands, as if I'm doing him a favor. But yeah, man, I was just looking for automatic and the stuff I got to replace, and dude, it's going to cost me like, I don't know, man. What about like $4,000? And he goes, well, no, I don't know, man. Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think we can do it. Like that's really low. I don't know. And I'm like, well, all right. But I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to sell, this car. And now he's starting to think like, fuck, that one dude did call me and say this is way too high. He's thinking about that guy. All this is probably playing through his head. He's thinking about my other homie who called him and didn't show up. Man, these people are unreliable. And then he's thinking about the other guys who lowballed him. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I think that's a pretty good offer for this car. So now we're sitting at, 4,000. And he's like, well, what about 4,500? $4,500 we're at now. Guys, that's a goddamn steal. That's a fucking steal. I would have bought it for 4,500. It's a steal. He said 4,500. Dude, now we're fucking in my ballpark, baby. We're in my ballpark, baby. We're right there. said 3,000 to 4,000, dude. We're getting close. He's at 4,500. Motherfucker, I could already taste the exhaust. So he says 4,500. Then I come back with, all right, man, why don't we just, let's make me feel like I got a deal. Let's say 4,200. And he goes, dude, it's a deal. And we closed the fucking deal just like that. And to this day, I don't know why I said I could have just let it be, man. I already won. I got the fucking deal I wanted. Fucking got the car damn near half the price that it was listed for. It's just the car I want. $4,200. I should have just walked away. I just left. Tipped my hat and said, nice doing a deal with you. But I'm sick. I'm sick. And the sick type of individual that I am, I had to get the little extra inch. So I just look at the guy and go, dude, Craigslist is crazy, huh? And I've tried to sell some shit on here. And he goes, dude, you wouldn't believe the people that called for this car.